Annyeong! Welcome back to Delightful. This was Yuma from Series 4 TokiDoki Unicorno blind boxes. As you can see, I've already taken off most of her factory paint with acetone. I'm turning this unicorno into a traditional Korean bride. Now the reason I'm so excited about doing that is I'm actually recently engaged. My fiance and I want to have a traditional Korean wedding. I was looking at all these beautiful handboks and I felt inspired to do some crafts. So to get started, I actually don't want to have cactus spikes on this custom, but I have to use this as a base because it's one of the only ones I have left. Just to make sure the surface is smooth, I'm going to sand it down. The next step is going to be using Apoxie Sculpt. Apoxie Sculpt is a two-part epoxy. You mix equal parts and it adheres to plastic really well. You do have to wear gloves when you handle this stuff, so be careful. Seems like a shame, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to cut off the wings. I'm going to leave her here for about 30 minutes. We're back, and I'm going to use a little bit of water to smooth down these areas. The epoxy is now dry, and I'm starting to form the shape of the jacket called the joguri. Korean brides style their hair back in a bun, so I'm going to reshape the hair as well. I have now hacked off most of the hair and this is all that's left. I'm going to give her some new hair with more Apoxie Sculpt. While the hair is drying, I'm going to go ahead and make the hairpin. While I wait for the rest of the hair to dry, I'm going to go ahead and start her skirt. One of the things I love about making customs is using up scrap materials, or upcycling. Not too long ago I obtained a box that had a bunch of spare fabrics, and I'm thinking this will be a good use for them. Here I'm running a gathering stitch along the edge of this fabric. There we go. Then you just pull it down like this. I'm going to run this under the sewing machine. It's time to paint. Build up the color with multiple layers of watered down paint. We want it to look like the plastic was made this color. I'm going to put some lighter brown touches in the hair. I'm going to add some jewels to make this piece more decorative. I made these doodads out of embroidery thread and nail art embellishments, and they're going to go underneath the hair ornament. Now that the first pass of paint is dry, I'm going to move on to her eyes. I've sketched out a few eyes first to compare them to the doll to see which one I like the best. Using a hot glue gun, I'm going to attach the skirt to her body. The trick here, of course, is to be very quick but precise. It's time to finish sculpting the jogori. And to do that, I'm mixing up a little bit more epoxy, and I'm going to use it to hide the seam where we sewed the skirt together. We'll just let that dry and move on to paint. Painting is now done. The last step we want to do is take some DuraClear matte varnish and shake it up. Water it down a lot. I learned my lesson from the last unicorn. I'm adding a second coat because I'm not very careful with my toys, so I need them to be durable. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay artsy, and I'll see you in the next video. Annyeong! Annyeong!